Not gonna lie, a lot of chaos going on over here today. We got abruptly awakened by a major earthquake this morning, so that was crazy. All right, so this morning, one of the activities that we're working on with our kids is to go through our emergency preparedness and just kind of teach the kids about it. Specifically right now, we're looking at our 72-hour kits, which is like, for example, last summer, the neighborhood just north of us is by a mountain, and the mountain caught on fire, wildfire. And so they had to be evacuated from their homes, and they didn't even have time to like pack a bag and go. So those who had 72-hour kits had a toothbrush and a change of clothes and some flip-flops and stuff, but other people just had to jump in their car and go. So it's kind of one of those situations where it's a bag that gives you just 3 days worth of stuff if you need to leave quickly. And so every year or so we try to go through them, because with our kids we have changes of clothes and different things, and they don't fit into the clothes that were in there last year. So we're going through rotating things, and then also with these little guys we need to make them each a bag as well that has diapers and formula and wipes and stuff. That's what we are working on today. It not only serves a purpose by giving us peace of mind and helping us continue to be prepared, but it also teaches the kids a lesson at the same time, which we feel is really important. Huh? Yeah.
Okay, first things first is a toy. This is something we can have fun, play, have exercise, and there's other multi-purpose use cases that we can block sharp objects with it as well. So using a tennis ball, you can also clog toilets if the sewage is coming up into your home through your toilets, which can happen in case of emergency where sewage lines are broken or there's backup. You put a tennis ball in a tube sock and put either Crisco or Vaseline around it, and you shove it inside the hole of the toilet, and it'll clog anything from coming back into your home, which could be highly unsanitary. Next thing I want you guys to look at in your bag, your hand sanitizer.
I get a green one.
Okay,
I get a blue one.
so washing hands with soap and water for 20 seconds is always best. But this is in case of an emergency. In between washing your hands with soap and water, you use hand sanitizer. Put it back in the same pocket, an emergency poncho.
What is this? What is this?
If it's raining and we have to be outside and we're not able to walk or stay in a car or a house, this poncho can cover you and your bag and keep you dry. And that's very important in keeping you from getting sick. Everybody show me your light. Remember what the guy on the TV used yesterday?
He glow stick.
This is a glow stick. That glow stick is an emergency flashlight.
Cool.
Only at night. There's two reasons for this. A glow stick can be used for light to find things, but it's also very helpful for people to see you if you're lost or if you're stuck. This will help you. First aid kit.
First aid kit.
This is just a tiny first aid kit with Band-Aids. Because if you get cut with glass on your foot, you need to have an emergency wipe to wipe out any bacteria or bad things. Next thing, grab your life straw, water filter.
I don't want this. I don't have one. Oh, there we go.
You can find on Amazon. This life straw allows you to filter any kind of water or mud or anything.
What does that mean?
Means you suck the water through the straw and it filters everything, even urine, even mud.
This is such a powerful straw that it can clean everything out of liquid to make it safe for you to drink. That's all you need to remember.
Yep. Hand warmers.
Yes.
Hand warmers are in case of an emergency during the cold weather. A pen can be used to leave a note. If you're going somewhere in an emergency, like if I'm not here and mom is here and she has to leave this house, mom would leave a note, whether it's with a pen, a marker, or spray paint. This also can be used to write notes, to write in your journal, to write down a phone number, okay? I think we've covered what is in your outside pocket. Let me see if Maury has a toothbrush. So Maury needs a toothbrush. Davey, do you have a toothbrush?
Yes, I do.
Okay, how about an emergency blanket? Probably just need one pair of pants.
Okay, pair.
What size is it?
I brought these.
Okay, does everyone have one warm shirt?
My own piece.
What size?
My own glass. A rope.
2 pairs of socks at least.
Poppy, grab one more pair of socks for me, would you?
Everybody towel or whatever this is. And then wipes. Wait, does everybody have wipes? Everybody should have flip-flops.
Oh yes, flip-flops. Okay, then they're gonna go for Beck. Let's just make sure he can fit them. We do not have a pair of shoes other than flip-flops because we would assume they'd be wearing a pair of shoes out. Okay, so we went through our bags and it looks like we've got just about everything checked off. There's a couple missing items, like we want to have Sharpies instead of a pen, and so we're gonna go grab those and put them in our bags before we put the bags away. Now these 72-hour kits are really just for an emergency, so you don't want to take things that are your favorite pairs of shoes or your favorite sweatshirt. We think that it's better to be prepared for the cold because you can always take off your clothes if it's hot. You know, the hope is that you have just enough to get by. What we didn't show you was water, and we have a few 7-gallon jugs of water that we would be able to just throw in the car on our way out, and it's right next to these 72-hour bags in our garage. Now, for mom and dad, we have a few extra items like solar-powered flashlights or crank. Oh my goodness, I love both. If you can get a solar power and a crank flashlight, then you're never gonna be without power, because typically if you put a flashlight in an emergency kit bag, it's gonna sit there for a year and the batteries will be dead. So having a crank would be really helpful. We also didn't show you items that are in my bag, like a crank radio, so you can hear what's going on. If there's an emergency and communications are down, you might wanna have something like that. Obviously, for older kids or for parents, you wanna have a knife. Paracord is also, that is something that can be used for a million things. It can be used to put on a tourniquet. It can be used to string across to dry your clothing. It can be used to put up a tent.
Hey guys, different day, different outfit. I'm actually editing this 72-hour kit video right now, and I wanted to pop on. Obviously the video, it doesn't do a great job of explaining things because it was kind of a spontaneous notion to just turn on the camera. It wasn't very thought out, so it was definitely in real time. So I just wanted to add a few more comments. If you guys have any questions about emergency preparedness or 72-hour kits or anything like that, Bubba and I did a pretty in-depth live Q&A a little while ago that we will link in the description below, where we talk about all sorts of emergency preparedness. So that could give you more information. Also, just know that we aren't necessarily experts on the subject. It's not like we wrote the book on 72-hour kits, and there are lots of different ways, a million different lists, different things you can pack depending on how old you are, your phase of life, where you live, what type of natural disasters you may face in your area. So just do your research. We just showed you what's in our bags. We live in Utah. We have a lot of little kids. Just keep all of that in mind. And the last thing is that we are not doomsday preppers. We are not people that think the end of the world is coming or the zombies are coming or anything like that. But the reality is we have had several situations where neighbors, friends, even family have had to leave their home and have needed 72-hour kits. And even right now with this coronavirus pandemic, the COVID-19 stuff, we are witnessing shelter in place and not being able to go to the store and pick up things as easily as we need to. And so emergency preparedness is real and true and necessary and very helpful. We don't want to like spread panic or anything, but it is important to be prepared, especially if you have kids and need to keep them safe as well. So hopefully this video was helpful, and hopefully y'all keep that in mind. Wait, just kidding. One more thought as I'm sitting here with my sweet babies. One thing that we didn't mention in the video is the importance of having a separate bag packed for babies and infants, also pets. Obviously, the needs are very different if you're an infant, and your needs are very different if you're a pet, and you don't want your pet to drink your water or have to eat your food that's so precious to you. So be sure to pack, oh baby. So for pets, I suggest just a small bag that has some pet food, a toy, maybe some poop bags, some treats, just really basic stuff for that pet. So again, so they're not consuming your water and your food. And then for babies, a few things that we have include like formula, bottles, diapers, wipes, a few changes of clothing that are warm, socks, baby hat, binkies. If your child is a bigger baby, maybe a couple toys, some infant Tylenol, a few things like that. Also, keep in mind if there are people that live with you that you may end up needing to care for, like a grown or elderly parent. Do you have renters in your basement? Do you have family members close by that may be at your house during the time of an emergency? So just a few things to keep in mind as well. amazing.
Thanks for watching. This is part of our emergency essentials for your 72-hour kit. For more information, make sure to read the details below in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell button to get the alerts, and we thank you for watching. Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's go get prepared.